What's going on, brothers, man? I really felt called to just kind of tune in with you guys for a little bit. Man, don't be tricked out your position. This is really kind of just going to flow naturally. Do not be tricked out of your spot. This is all about taking your power back from, fucked up situations, circumstances, environments, and realizing, man, you have to recognize who you are. You have to remember your worth. A lot of times we end up getting surrounded by the wrong people. We end up getting surrounded by the wrong shit to dupe you into a version that you never were. So I'm telling you, don't be tricked out your own spot. This abundance that is constantly all around us, man, is just a reflection of the abundance that you are as well. So we have to come to some sort of, self enlightenment moment to where we can really love ourselves and we can let go of this shit. As we've been on God mode, brothers, slaying lust, reclaiming our power, we're starting to gain this clarity. We're starting to go through this, what I could feel is a metamorphosis, a dying to the old self, a dying to the old reality, so we can really step forth and allow our light to shine, man. Walk in your spiritual authority. Walk in your power, man. Stop tripping, man. This has got to be said. Stop tripping on, if you wouldn't swap lives with them, then why is their opinion and why is their perspective and view on you holding so much weight? It's pointless. This is what I'm starting to see, man. A lot of times, it's that crab in a bucket mentality to where you're on the way up, man. Sometimes you just got to not look the other way and really go fully in on what you really came here to do. Something that I'm starting to see. The door's been open the whole time. The funny thing is the door was never unlocked. The key was right in your pocket. And you never had to be in a cage when you realize that you've already been free. So as I'm kind of just starting to see, through my own old insecurities, this whole kind of purging, purification effect that this God mode, happens when we start to retain our life force, and we start to really, you know, have this kind of fire that's lit up inside of us to excel, to evolve, to really succeed, and to overcome whatever's kind of in our way, and I don't put so much focus on this whole lone wolf mentality. I feel like this is really key to have a brotherhood, man. Shout out to Self-Revealed, Sons of God community, all of you guys over there, man. This has really brought this, sense of community, this sense of belonging that I feel a lot of us brothers have been looking for. And a part of that is really just taking our power back. This is very key, is to start to see, man, the more, notice that the longer that you start to retain your life force, slaying lust, you come to this moment of, okay, this shit's not working for me anymore. These old habits, these old thought patterns where it used to be, notice it. Even in the same environment, you may be still in, that room. You're like, we're looking around like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Where I'm supposed to be doing something greater. And that's your spirit waking up. That's your intuition really waking up to remind you to really walk in your power. Man, as long as you're authentic, you already winning. This the funny thing. There's so much fake shit out here nowadays to where, man, do not be tricked out of your own position. Do not be tricked out of your own position. It's not about what the crowd's doing. It's not about what's going on around you. It's about, looking at yourself and really starting to see your worth. Starting to really see like, damn, I can't let this go. I mean, that was a book that I came across earlier, was The Pathway of Surrender. David Hawkins, letting go. And then sometimes we have to let go to let in. We have to let go of who we once were so we can let in who we've always been, under the surface of all this shit, under the surface of, expectations, perspectives. Man, you just have to get to a point of such, like that masculine frame, balancing the feminine as well. You get what I'm saying? But it's kind of being this fucking mountain to where nothing is really gonna move you. Don't be shaked out your spot. A lot of people are gonna talk. A lot of people, and this is what it is. Most people are not really doing shit with their lives. Most people, it's so easy to get pulled into that hive mind, which is really the opposite of individualized free will. So I'm telling you, you brothers, you warriors, you kings, man, you guys on this rise, you guys are on this ascent. Nothing can really stop you. It's all, once you see through the mirage, you see through the facade, the shit is done. It's a closed door. We're not going back. And a lot of us, man, we're not gonna go back. The more that we start to retain this energy, I feel, sensitivities are really increasing. In a way of a superpower, though. You're not a victim of your sensitivities. It's really your bandwidth is increasing. Your bandwidth, your overall auric charge, your frequency, however we could call it, is starting to, get stronger. You're starting to become more aware subtly of different energies. And a mantra that I've always used, man, just kind of going on this whole path, since I've always been like this, even as a younger kid. What is mine is mine. What is yours, man. Don't let other people's limitations become your own. And number one, you can't limitate something infinite. Because once you realize, man, you're more than this body, you're more than really just this ego, this mind-body complex, you start to see like there's a lot more shit open. There's a lot more, openness that we can start to walk towards. And it's getting out of our own way. You see, I'm just flowing. I'm just really flowing and feeling to say what is, on the spirit, letting the universe, letting the divine really speak through me. And I'm telling you guys, man, don't be tricked out your position. Don't be tricked out your position, because I get that, man. It's a real crab in a bucket mentality sometimes, to where we just have to be strong. We have to be in our strength. We have to be in our grounded, calm, detached type of stoic discipline, to where these things are not affecting you. And guys, I literally feel, you may be feeling this as well, like we are shifting. We are literally transforming from the inside out. As the freaking, that life force energy, the seed is really starting to circulate throughout the body. It's starting to really, get you just more like what was hidden in the dark is now right in front of your face. What you were running from is now right in front of your face. So the best way to really, overcome that is to really just see it for what it is, man. Be who you really are. There's so many times that, even including myself, to where I was giving so much unnecessary energy, so much unnecessary attention to what was surrounding me, what other people were doing, what they were going to say. I feel like it was really just a waste of time. So when we can see where we've been allocating our energy, we can start to take our power back by kind of cutting that cord, by kind of ripping that plug out of the wall, ripping the door off the hinges and going straight for the goal, going straight for the glory. And that's something that I'm big on, man, is really getting clear on your vision, getting clear on your purpose, getting clear on your passion. The one thing that I'm starting to see on God Mode that I can share with you guys is, for once in my life, I'm really starting to feel naturally confident. I'm starting to feel naturally like you just don't give a damn, man, how other people, because you know yourself. And once you know yourself, what others say or do is it's not going to sway you like the way it used to, man. It's not going to really have that much effect. So you just have to remember what you're really here to do. I feel like as men, while we're rising this, man, I'm going through my masculine initiation just through this whole process, and that's calling myself the fuck out, holding myself brutally accountable, man, seeing the stupid shit. Let me just keep rid of the stupid things that I've been really doing, the self-doubts, the insecurities, the low self-esteems, the money things, man, everything. Once we start to really see through that, what you think hear what I'm saying? What you think you're without is really within, because it's been within you this entire time. Not to get too deep, but the mighty I am, like the sun up in the sky. And once you realize that all this stuff has really been inside of you, man, that's your natural state. So we're starting to come back to our natural state on God Mode. We're starting to really, set stronger boundaries, to where we're not going to just let anything kind of just slide, not the way that we used to. And that's the funny thing that I can show you, man, is I'm starting to kind of feel this gap. As we're growing, as we're accelerating, and really having this drive to, really better ourselves, really walk in the spirit like that. The old people in your life, the old environment, something that I can really share with you. The old people around you, the old environments, the places you used to be comfortable in, you're no longer able to be comfortable in. And that's something that I told myself. I was like, man, now the pain of staying the same, is a lot worse than the pain of transformation. The pain of regret is now becoming a lot heavier than the pain of self-discipline. So I feel like as long as we keep our energy and our focus and our attentions really pure, like a laser beam, straight onto the direction, man, in the Holy Spirit, God's going to guide you. He's going to speak. It's going to speak to you. And the more that I've retained, I started really feeling like I'm actually hearing God. Like I'm really having a conversation with God, almost in my mind, in my intuition, and just hearing things, man. So open that spiritual ear. Be open to hear. Be open to hear those type of messages. But that's part of the test. You know, that's part of the test that I feel that a lot of us are now facing as we kind of increase in frequency, that we kind of increase in our power by going God mode. You know, I'm starting to see no one around you who's really on the same shit, but that's not necessarily for you to, you know, be a slave to or be attached to. It's like we're the redeemers, man. Christ is our final form, right? So we're really here to redeem ourselves, to redeem the world. And something that I wrote down, you know, an early journal entry, I was like, shit, I can't change the world, but what we can do, it starts with each and every one of us. It starts from within. It always starts in before it's out. Notice it. It always starts in before it's out. So when we can transform ourselves, when we can really see that everything is kind of just, it's meant for us to face. And it's like, notice it. You feel it, acknowledge it. You see that that's there. Whether that this is an emotion, whether this is an addiction, a habit, a pattern, you name it. Man, acknowledge it, feel it, and then release it. Because I feel like God mode and letting go really come hand in hand. It's a beautiful combo. So just don't be tricked out your spot, man. A lot of people used to see me, you know, walking in my old version. And that's the thing. That's kind of the resistance that I've been feeling lately, is that not everyone's going to really understand this type of change, this type of, you know, energy that you're starting to walk with now. That's fine. Let them walk their own path. I feel like the more that we can master our focus and we can master our attention, we can master our energy. Wherever our attention goes, you know, energy flows. So, you know, respect to you, brothers, that have been really walking this path. All of us that have been doing this together, man, we're all in this together. We're really all in this together. Just like the sun, man. There's a powerful father-type masculine charge to the sun. You know, the yang energy. So I recommend you just step in your power. I recommend you stop thinking so much. You know, we can hold ourselves accountable. We can learn from each other's mistakes, and we can call each other out to really better ourselves. So we don't have to walk in that type of, you know, dark cloud that we used to be. But I'm telling you that, man, the more you retain, I'm starting to see there is really, it's a paradox. You know, it's like the as deep as you can dive, as high as you can fly. As deep as you can dive into the darkness, which is usually what's going to happen. You dive into that darkness, the higher you fly into that light. The rubber band analogy, you know? The more you're pulled back into that shit and you let go, that's part of the surrender. You let go and you get shot off. So to start to realize, guys, this is something that I'm experiencing, you know, after not really counting the days, but we're around, you know, 140 something days. I stopped counting because I feel like this is something I want to share with you guys. I've been on this path for a minute, you know, with whole seeing retention, but I tell you guys, stop counting the days. Let it be a lifestyle. Realize this is a purification. There is a purging effect that comes by. And there's also this metaphysical, you know, type of dimension to it that I feel like we're really shifting from deeply, you know what I'm saying, at a nervous system level, you know, at a cellular level, our bodies, our bone density, our structure, our muscle, everything. And this is just all about, you know, raising in the spirit. So you have to know who you are. You know, you have to really know your authentic self, your true core identity, your true core masculine identity, and not let shit really trick you out your spot. That's kind of something I just want to share with you guys. Make sure you guys are, you know, getting in some sun. We're kind of grounded right now. And, you know, I love you, brothers, bro. You guys aren't alone. You know, a lot of us feel like we're secluded and isolated. Nah, the power's within you. And that's the train to glory. That's the train to, we keep pretending. We keep pretending, we keep walking this path. The train to our Christ himself is going to come. So you have to let go of who you once were so you can start to embody and allow who you've always been. You know what I mean? You have to let go of who you're not so you can allow and you can align, you can express it, you can embody and become what it is that you truly are. Man, I'm starting to see God mode is really just taking you to your natural state. Now I get it, seeing through the matrix, seeing through the illusion, okay. It's being able to kind of walk that tightrope, keeping that synergistic balance between the practical and the intuitive. The yin and the yang, you know? To just realize that everything is happening for you. I know that, like, guys, I'm not gonna lie. This is not for the weak. There's going to be some real challenges that come up. There's going to be some real demons that try to come up and, you know, want to kind of pull on your feet and pull you back down to what you used to be. Don't let that happen.